traders, Raghee here, and this is your free video from TradeForexFutures.com. And tonight I'm actually super stoked to announce that I have started the Lingo link, which is probably the #1 most requested request that I have, which is ultimately to define a lot of the, as many of the members over at TFF call them, Ragheeisms. You know, one of the things that happened in terms of my trading career, my trading evolution, was that I learned probably the first 5 to 7 years, I learned how to trade kind of in a bubble. You got to think about the way either working from home or even the markets were perceived in the late 80s, early 90s. It wasn't until the mid 90s and late 90s that people really started to look at the market, and it became this cultural, pop cultural phenomenon that I think we see has evolved into traders being as educated about the market as they've ever been. And the problem with that is, and I think it is a problem, is that a lot of traders have a very generic education that didn't come from their own experiences, but rather people relaying to them their experiences, and we're supposed to basically just imagine what it's like to deal with them. Well, I didn't have that. Everything I learned was hands-on. I noticed a certain phenomenon happening over and over and over again in terms of price action or order execution or chart price action, whatever it may be, and then I just named it whatever I named it. I didn't necessarily even use indicators the way they're quote-unquote supposed to be used, which I often find really isn't that effective. Is it about following the dogma of the market in terms of analysis, or is it about finding what works? Well, I teach, and this lingo is reflective of what I have found works over the past 2.5 decades. So this link is an open link. I want everyone to understand not only the lingo I use here in the free videos, but obviously the videos that are in the members area. So very excited. This link is actually active, so that if I tweak or add anything to this, there's not another link you have to actually look for. It'll always be on this link, which is actually from one of my very favorite sites called Workflowy. If you've never checked Workflowy out, there's another link included in this email that you can sign up for a free Workflowy account, and it is a very, very cool service. So that is included in today's free email. So what else I want to talk about here today? I want to talk about 3 markets in particular: the Aussie US, the dollar yen, and my dollar index calls, as we are dealing with Janet Yellen in this post, her very first FOMC press conference. And what's so interesting about this price action to me is that the dollar bounce was really something that I was expecting. So the way in which the Aussie US sold off is a little surprising, in that I thought there might be a little bit more Dow strength today. I was surprised in the way the market sold off, and initially I think a lot of traders were too, which is why we were down triple digits. I know if anybody says, oh, the market expected this, and no, people did not expect it, which is why we saw a reaction of a triple digit sell-off. And in tonight's premium video, I will talk to you about 5 of the main reasons I think the US dollar did strengthen the way it did. But we had May US dollar index calls, so May DX futures calls, and so today was an awesome day for those calls. I expected some strength, but not this kind of rally through the 80 level. So this was a great day to liquidate those calls that we started buying about 2 to 3 days ago, when the volatility was very low. We kind of had that Russian dolls pattern, as I call it, a candle within a candle within a candle on the dollar index. That quiet range at the bearish part of the move actually afforded some very inexpensive options. It was great. So one of the trades that we set up, even though I wasn't really keen on it, was the fade on the Aussie US. Well, the fact that the Dow sold off and the US dollar rallied, which was probably not what most traders expected, actually offered a lot of traders from the chat room an awesome opportunity to take a 91.20 short and ride it down to the 9,000 level. So kudos to those traders. We set this up with a lot of detail in the chat room. Not one of my favorite ways to take advantage of US dollar strength. Rather, my preferred way was to take advantage of US dollar versus Japanese yen, where I was looking to take advantage of both the strong dollar and a stronger yen, because stronger Dow. Stronger dollar, stronger Dow, and that would then actually strengthen the dollar yen by strengthening the US dollar on the front side of the currency here and weakening the Japanese yen on the second part of the currency. So base currency strength, second currency weakness, and really all we were propelled by here was base currency strength. So this was another great trade. But obviously, hindsight being 2020, and the quirky price action that we did get on that surprise in terms of a lot of what Janet Yellen said was pretty shocking to the market, and some people don't even maybe overlook the fact that she might have slipped up a little bit in that casual type conversation. Again, we'll talk a lot more about that, as well as the Kiwi, the Dow, gold, dollar, dollar, loonie, Kiwi yen in the premium video. But I want to leave you with a little bit of trade management here. Yes, I would take 9,000 off the table here in terms of the Aussie versus the US. And if you were in that dollar yen, we've already crossed through, as you can see there, the 102.50 initial profit target. So you have now ratcheted your trade management. And if you don't know what that means, check out the Lingo link. Again, I'll be making it free to everybody. The link is included in this email. And if you're ever curious about what the heck does that Raghee-ism mean, what are you trying to tell us, this will be an ever-growing list of Raghee-isms. The main ones are here, but I hope that this is going to make following both the premium and the free videos here at TFF that much easier. And by the way, who doesn't love a secret language? So you are now privy to the secret language over at TFF. Thank you as always for being a subscriber. I'll see you in the next video.